What's good, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody's doing good today. Um, so I want to talk about Dak Prescott, and I want to talk about his contract and deals, and the biggest reason I want to talk about this is with the Cowboys being the Cowboys. There's always a lot of chatter about whoever the Cowboys starting quarterback is. That is a theme. That is something I've seen my entire life. And with Dak, you've got so many people saying, that he's greedy. He's not worth it. He's not worth the money that he was offered. It seems people really don't get why Dak hasn't signed. And of course, there's some Cowboys fans that are like, pay Dak, you got to pay Dak. But there's a lot of folks that just push that narrative of, he's greedy. And maybe he is. Maybe that's not wrong, but I wanted to break down a few things about his situation in particular to kind of maybe give some people a better understanding of why, you know, why Dak and his agent, Todd France, are doing what they're doing and to just put things in perspective. So let's start with this. So Dak overall 42 and 27 record as a starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, which is great. Um, he's definitely improved. He has grown since his rookie year. He the last year and a half to 2 years, I would even say he's become prolific. Although the wins have not necessarily come along with it, which makes this an interesting situation. But then again, Dak has done his part, and he's not the sole reason for those wins not coming along. But all that stuff doesn't really matter. It does, but it's not really what I want to talk about. Um, oh, and the injury, which is another thing that makes this a little dicey. Is he going to be the same, worse, or better? We don't know. I don't think we can predict he'll be better. Uh, we can't just come out and say that, but who knows? We do know Dak has an incredible work ethic, and he's young and he's strong. So hopefully he recovers and comes back at least as good as he was. Another thing to consider, Dak's original contract, his rookie contract in 2016, Dak made $450,000. In 17, 540. 18, 630. In 2019, he made 2.02 million. So for 4 years, the Cowboys were getting Dak at a steal. The 2016 NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, Pro Bowler. They were getting a steal for Dak Prescott. I get that they weren't 100% sold on Dak based on where things were about year 2 or year 3. But after year 4 and 5, I don't get it. But anyhow, like I said, this isn't about stats. It's more about money and leverage. So let's do some math. So last year, it's known that the Cowboys offered Dak uh, 175 million dollars over 5 years. Okay, 175 million at 5 years. It's 35 million a year. Uh, Dak turned this down, turned down the contract, and decided to play on the franchise tag last year, 31.5 million, less than the 35 million a year they offered him. Now, what people need to understand, Dak one is the reasoning behind this. Like, why would he do that? Well, the NFL salary cap this year, 2021, is going to be $180 million floor. Okay. The NFL has put that number out there. It won't be lower than 180 million. It's not going to further much higher, but it's going to be around 180 million. It's not a big increase over previous years. Now, 2022, we've got new TV deals, and there's speculation that the cap could go as high as 230 million. And when that happens, there's going to be a boom in salaries, okay? Particularly quarterbacks. Things are gonna go boom when that cap goes up. Dak knows it, his agent knows it, the Cowboys know it, everyone knows it. So it's beneficial for anyone signing a deal to get out of that deal as close as they can to cap going boom, because cap's going to continue to increase after that. As close as they can to cap going boom as they can, because if you sign now and you don't re-up until 2024, 2025, you lose money, okay? So let's break it down for Dak. So this past year he played at 31.4 million. If him and the Cowboys do not come to an agreement between now and July 15th, he'll play at 38 million this year. So all of a sudden we're breaking even on that 35 million a year, right? Because 32 and 38 roughly, we're just about breaking even. Now next year, third year tag, which is probably pretty unlikely, would be 54 million. Okay? All of a sudden it's starting to make sense. 54 million next year if the Cowboys can't sign him, which is unlikely, which would cause Dak to hit the market. When he hit the market, it's more than likely, unless Dak just plays himself out of it, he's going to make big money, and it's going to be more than the 40 million that we're talking about now. So there's really no reason for Dak to sign a 5-year deal at 35 million, because if you break it down, he loses money. Now who knows? Last year that he wanted 4. Do they want 3 now? They could. I wouldn't blame them if they did. Or does Dak just sit back and say, I'm not going to sign. I'll play for 38 million this year, and I'll roll the dice next year. You either sign me for big bucks, pay me 54 million, or I walk. And I know, in this day and age, everybody talks about loyalty and, oh, well, he should play for this, so the team can sign this. And, well, reality is he played 4 years for less than $3 million the entire time. He was literally no cap hit on the team, and the team was able to put players around him and sign players. And think about how you would operate. And am I going to leave 20, 30? This is your life. This is and if it hits home for anyone, it has to hit home for a player like Dak that just had a horrific injury last year. This is your life. Do you want to leave 20, 30, 40 million dollars just laying on the table? Do you want to leave it there, and 20 years from now there's no football, you're retired, and you left 40 million bucks on the table? That's tough. Now I wanted to quickly talk about some things that are happening right now to kind of explain the leverage that Dak has right now. So the franchise tag window opened in about a week ago in February, I think February 23rd. That window is open until March 9th. So that's literally, today's February 28th. Let me see here. March 9th. That's not this Tuesday, but next. Okay? So the Cowboys have between now and March 9th to tag or sign Dak. If they tag him, it's $38 million. Okay? So here's the thing. if they tag him, it's 38 million. They can continue to work towards a contract until July 15th. But it's a $38 million placeholder. Okay. So that means that he's counting $38 million against this year's cap, which doesn't give them any room to do anything else. Now, if you sign him and give him, say, $40 million a year for, I'm just going to throw this out there, say you do 3 years, make Dak happy, $40 million, 3 years, $120 million, big signing bonus. The thing about doing that is you can, all that, it wouldn't be 40 million hitting this year's cap. They would spread that money out to where 20 to 25 million hits the cap this year. All of a sudden, compared to that 38 million, you've saved yourself what, 13 to 18 million dollars in cap space. Then they start restructuring guys, extending deals, and are able to be players in the free agent market between now and July. If you don't sign Dak until July, you're dealing with that $38 million cap hit. So there's the leverage right now. That's the leverage right now. If they don't sign him between now and Tuesday after next, 9 days, he's hitting 38 million, assuming they franchise tag him. If they can sign him, they've got room to play, and at least, at the very least, keep that current roster together, but probably extend some guys, make some other moves, let some people go, which I think is definitely going to happen, and maybe get better. I don't understand. I don't understand why they haven't signed him. Every year they wait, it gets worse and worse financially for the Cowboys. So, sign this guy, get him signed, get him locked in, give him what he wants. It's going to financially make more sense for the Cowboys the sooner they can get it done, or bail. Bail. And that's another thing about this. You can trade Dak. You can trade Dak now. Problem is, you put that 54 million tag on him next year, he walks. You get nothing for him after the third year franchise tag. But right now, they could trade him and get something in return for him. I'm not saying I want that to happen, but they could. So there's a lot of nuances going on in this that I don't necessarily know if people think about. And I'll try to, in this video, spell out some of the math. But financially for Dak, it makes what he has done makes sense. Unless they're going to give you exactly what you want, play under the tag, let them tag you, you'll make more money anyway. And then hit the market next year, the year after, make big money. Big money. And that's what it's all about. Probably just confused everybody more than you were already confused, but I hope that makes sense. I'll try to spell out some math throughout the video. Appreciate y'all watching. Keep it real. Wow.